When it comes to types of fire extinguishers, there are five main types, including wet chemical, carbon dioxide, dry powder, foam, and water. The need for types of fire extinguishers arise from different types of fuels that may start a fire. It is important for you to ensure that the right size and right weight of fire extinguisher is available at your premises to meet the fire safety regulations. In international standard, the fire is classified into six types. Fire can be devastating. Fire can burn, injure, and even kill people. It inflicts severe damage to buildings and equipment, interrupting business activities. Of course, fire prevention is the best way to make sure that the fire doesn't impact you or your business. But you should always have a plan in place for dealing with fires if they do happen. If a fire does start, it can spread quickly. Knowing how to attack a fire before it grows isn't always straightforward. It is important to remember not every fire is the same. Different fires can have different hazards and risks. Using the wrong type of fire extinguisher could do more harm than good. For example, in fires that involve electrical wires or electrical equipment like computer laboratory, you cannot use water type fire extinguisher. It will damage the computers in the lab, which is a loss. There are six different classes of fire, and each should be attacked in a different way. So let's begin with Class A. Class A fires are fires involving solids. This type of fuel could be a paper and cardboard, which which are quite common in offices. It could be furniture or fixtures and fittings. It could even be a structure of a building. This is one of the most common types of fire because solids are most common type of fuel and one that is hard to eliminate. Good housekeeping should help. Need to reduce waste and packing materials. This might minimize risk. The only type of fire extinguisher you should use on a class A fire is the water extinguisher. This is most popular type of extinguishers because it can handle more fires involving solids, but as a conductor it should never be used near electrical equipment. Next is class B fires. Class B fires are fires involving liquids. Many of the fluids, liquids, and chemicals used in workplaces can be flammable or explosive, like cleaning fluids, solvents, fuels, inks, adhesives, and paints. According to the statistics in 2010 to 2011, flammable liquids accounted for only 2% of fires. But a massive 21% of fatalities happened due to Class B fires. These fires are rare but more deadly than other types of fire. So, how can you protect yourself? Make sure you know what flammable liquids are used in your workplace and carry out a control of substances hazardous to health regulations assessment. Simply, in short, COSHH assessment. These assessments are a legal requirement for any hazardous substances. It is about safe storage and use of these substances. Keep them in labeled containers and away from sources of ignition. For a Class B fire accident, foam or powder extinguishers are the best types of extinguishers to attack this type of fire. Next in line is the Class C fires. Class C fires are fires involving gases. This could be natural gas, light petroleum gas, or other types of gases forming a flammable or explosive atmosphere. Working with gas is dangerous. It has higher fire risk. Keep storage gas in sealed containers in a safe storage area and ensure that work on gas is carried out by a skilled worker. To attack Class C fire, first thing to do is cut off the valve so that there is no supply of gas. The best type of extinguisher to put out the fire is a dry powder extinguisher. Now let's talk about Class D fires. A Class D fire is characterized by the presence of burning metals. Only certain metals are flammable, and examples of combustible metals are sodium, potassium, uranium, lithium, plutonium, and calcium. The most common Class D fires involve magnesium and titanium. Although usually takes extreme heat to ignite metal, once a fire has been ignited, it can very quickly and very easily spread and develop, making them incredibly dangerous and destructive. Alternatively, sodium is a highly reactive element which immediately burns when in contact with air or water, resulting in explosions and making it particularly hazardous. So, how would you tackle a Class D fire? The best and only recommended way to extinguish a Class D fire is to use a dry powder fire extinguisher. This works by smothering the fire and therefore the oxygen within it, and also absorbing the heat contained within the fire, eventually leading to its extinction. Small metal fires can sometimes be smothered with dry sand. Next is Class E or electrical fires. This is not strictly a class of fire because electricity is more of a source of ignition than a fuel. However, fires in live electrical equipment are an additional hazard. You don't want to be using water or any other conductor as that could be fatal. Making sure electrical equipment and installations are installed correctly and inspected and maintained. This will help to reduce the risk of this type of fire. While you shouldn't use water to attack an electrical fire, you can use other type of fire extinguishers like carbon dioxide and dry powder in low voltage situations. Always turn off the power supply if you can. Next comes is class F, cooking fats or oils. Class F fires can also be known as class K fire. K for kitchen. Deep fat frying and spillages of flammable oils near to heat sources in kitchens can result in a class F fire. Never leave food or frying equipment unattended during use. The only type of fire extinguisher approved for use on cooking oils and fats is the wet chemical extinguisher. For small class of fires, you could also use a fire blanket.